Okay, so my name's Ryhan and I'm a medical student at Durham University. I'm in my first year of study, so I've got another 5 years to go, something like that. Originally, I'm actually from Newcastle, which isn't too far, and the area that I'm actually from in Newcastle is classed as one of the most deprived in the UK. I went to a normal state school in Newcastle as well. That's where I did my GCSEs and my A-levels. For GCSEs, I got 3 A stars, 6 A's and a B. That was one of the, I think it was in the top 10 highest GCSEs in the school or something like that, which was pretty sick. And for my A-levels, I got A star, A, B. And again, for my A-levels, I got the highest chemistry result in the school and the highest economic result in the school as well. And for A-level, I chose to do chemistry, economics and biology. So what helped me reach my potential? Now, there was a lot of things that helped me reach my potential. Number one has to be my parents. They've always been there and they've always supported me, especially when I got my GCSE results. Because the thing is, I never really took school seriously. I just thought it was a place where I could go and see my friends, we could have a laugh. It was just banter really. And then it got to like year 10, year 11 when my GCSEs were. And I remember my dad and my mum talking to me about my education and how it's important for my future and stuff like that. And that's when I was like, you know what, they've got a point, so I should probably start focusing on my GCSEs. So they said it at a perfect time because I was maturing as well, and my GCSEs were just coming up. So I started focusing more, started doing my work, my revision, doing all these past papers and stuff like that. And that got me my good GCSE results. And then from then on, I started to motivate myself. So obviously number one, my parents, and then number two, it was myself. So I started being motivated myself, trying to cut off distractions and just going out there and doing things extra. Like I actively looked for work experience, for voluntary work, and I could put work experience on my personal statement, which no other student had done. So it was because I was so motivated, I went out and done all this stuff. And number three has got to be the school that I went to as well. I remember when I was doing my GCSEs, I was really bad at maths. Like I was on about 47%. I was like around 30 to 40% I was getting in my exams, which was terrible. And then I had this really good maths teacher, and he used to stay just for me. Like honestly, I used to ask him for a bit of help on maths, and he used to stay till 6 o'clock or 8 o'clock at night, some nights, just to help me work through some topics or things that I didn't understand, or some past papers and stuff like that. I mean, some teachers were excellent. Like they used to stay back, do extra revision sessions till late. Like they had families to go back to as well, but they would stay just for me, just because I struggled with a few topics. So if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have got the A star in maths that I got eventually in GCSEs. So my school helped me a lot as well. There was certain teachers that went the extra mile just to give you the extra mark. What schemes work and what schemes don't work. Now, you just, with opportunities and with schemes, you've just got to take everything you get. Now, I remember when I came across the first few schemes like Realising Opportunities, Gateway to Medicine, Newcastle Partners Programme, I was just taking them. I applied for every scheme that I could find, and I just took them. It was because it increases your chances of getting into university, so you don't want to just rely on one scheme and think, you know what, if I just do this, I'm guaranteed to get into uni. You're not guaranteed to get into uni, well, there are certain situations, but yeah, so just take as many schemes or take as many opportunities as you can find, and then when you've got the chance, or when you've definitely decided, or when you've got your offer, then you can decide, right, I don't want this one and I don't want this one, I just want this one only. So take every opportunity you get and decide later on in the stage which one that you really want. And also make sure you get voluntary work and work experience, because when you're young, you have a lot of spare time. You can do so many things with your life. I remember I went and looked for voluntary work experience, and because of that, my personal statement had so much content and so much I could write about in my personal statement. So for those of you who don't know, your personal statement is what you send off to the universities before you apply, and and you try and sell yourself to them basically. So they choose who they want based on your personal statement and your results as well. So you want to put as much information, as much good stuff about yourself on your personal statement, and you can do that if you've got voluntary work and work experience, because you can say, look, I'm active, I go out, I look for stuff, I look for voluntary work, I'm motivated, I do my work experience. It's because I really want this place, and I really want this job. So go out, look for voluntary work, look for work experience. But that's basically my story. Like, I got so many opportunities when I was applying to university, but I reckon everyone gets the same opportunities. It's just some people choose not to take them. I took everything I could find, honestly. I just took everything. I was just being greedy, but just take every opportunity you get. You don't lose anything from it. So and you'll not regret going to uni, because it might be a bit expensive, but you finish with a degree, you've made some new lifelong friends, and it improves your chance of getting a job as well afterwards. So what can go wrong? But yeah, thanks for watching, and bye for now.